into the silence. God, I don't even know how to begin this prayer, because honestly, I don't even know if you're still listening. I don't feel you. I don't feel much of anything anymore. There was a time when I used to cry in your presence, when a verse from Scripture would move me, when a worship song would bring me to my knees. Now, it's just silence. A dull silence. A hollow ache. And I don't know if it's depression, or doubt, or just life wearing me down. But I still showed up today. Not because I'm strong, not because I have faith, but because something in me, maybe the last flicker, still believes you're somewhere in the silence. Still believes that even when I feel nothing, you feel everything. Even when I've gone numb, your love hasn't. So this prayer isn't eloquent. It's not a sermon. It's not filled with fire. It's just me here, sitting in the dark, whispering into what feels like nothing. But maybe that's what faith is. Maybe faith isn't loud. Maybe faith is simply showing up, even when the heart is silent, even when the soul is tired, even when the spirit is numb. So here I am, God, numb, empty, uncertain, but still reaching, still whispering, still hoping you're near. I won't beg you to speak. I won't demand a miracle. I just ask, if you are here, please, don't leave. Just stay with me. Even if I can't feel you, even if I can't respond, even if all I can offer is silence, just stay. Into the silence. God, it's been so long since I felt anything. And I don't even know why I'm praying right now. I just know that my soul feels like it's been asleep for far too long. Not dead, just numb, quiet, disconnected, like I'm living behind glass. There are no tears, no anger, no joy either. Just the dull weight of going through the motions. I remember when I used to feel close to you, when I would hear something, read something, sing something, and my chest would swell with something I could only call your presence. But now, even the most beautiful song feels like static. Even scripture feels like ink on paper. And I hate that I've come to this place. But I don't have the energy to hate myself anymore. So I just sit here and whisper. Lord, if you're still there, just listen. I won't ask you to fix me. I won't even ask you to wake me up, because I know you see it all already. The tired prayers, the fake smiles, the nights I lie in bed staring at the ceiling, wondering if I finally drifted too far. I know you're not afraid of this silence, but I am. I'm afraid of who I've become inside it. Someone who no longer hopes. Someone who no longer expects anything good. Someone who shows up to church and sings without hearing the words. I don't know if this numbness is punishment or protection, but either way, it's real. And I can't pretend anymore. So this is me, God. The version of me that's not poetic, not inspiring, not sure. Just a quiet, distant echo of someone who used to burn bright. If you're here, I won't ask you to speak. I just ask that you don't leave. Even if I never say a word again. Even if all I do is sit in this fog. Please, don't go. Stay with me, even here, especially here. I miss you, but I don't know how to reach you anymore. I've tried everything I was taught. Worship, prayer, silence, reading, serving. Nothing seems to work. And maybe that's the problem. Maybe I've been trying too hard to feel something instead of just letting you be. Maybe you're not waiting for me to rise. Maybe you're sitting right beside me, waiting for me to fall apart. So I fall apart now. Right here. Right now. No script. No words of power. Just the truth. I feel nothing. And I need you anyway. I need you to sit with me in this nothing. To hold me while I don't cry. To whisper while I don't hear. To stay while I don't respond.
God, I don't need an answer tonight. I don't even need a breakthrough. I just need to know that numb doesn't mean abandoned, that silence doesn't mean forgotten, that even when I can't feel love, I'm still loved. Because the scariest part isn't feeling nothing, it's the fear that you feel nothing for me too. Tell me it's not true. Not with loud words, but with presence, with peace, with whatever you can give to a heart that stopped asking for miracles. I used to be so full of light. People said I was radiant. I used to pray with passion. I used to tell others that you are good. Now, I'm just quiet and tired, and no one knows. I walk through my days like a ghost, smiling, working, nodding, but I'm not really there. I'm watching myself from a distance, like I've stepped outside my own soul. I don't know how I got here, or when, but I know I can't live here forever, and I don't want to die here. So I open my mouth again, not with faith, but with hope, a fragile hope, a thin, trembling hope, that maybe this prayer matters, that maybe you're still the same God who found me once before, the same God who stays. If you're still the God of the broken, then I'm still someone you can love, even now. God, can I just rest in you tonight? No sermons, no pressure, no need to pretend. Just rest. Let this prayer be the place I fall asleep in your arms. Let the silence be filled with your breath. Let the numbness be the space where you hold me closest. Because I don't know how to fix this. And maybe I was never supposed to. I surrender to the stillness now. Not because I'm holy, not because I'm brave, but because I'm too tired to keep running. Too tired to keep pretending. Too tired to keep trying to feel something that's just not there. So I give you this version of me. The quiet one. The numb one. The one who still showed up. And if that's all I can offer, let it be enough.
When faith feels like a lie. God, I used to believe in you with all my heart, but now I wonder if it was just something I told myself to survive. I'm sorry for saying that. I don't even know if I mean it, but I promise to be honest with you. And this is my truth right now. My faith feels like a lie. It used to feel real. I wasn't faking it. I used to cry in worship. I used to journal prayers like letters to a best friend. But now, it feels like I've been talking to the sky, begging for signs that never come. I don't want to doubt you, Lord, but what do I do with the silence? What do I do with the fact that I've prayed and waited and believed and still nothing? They told me that you're faithful, that you're near, that you always answer. But it feels like you've moved. Or maybe I've moved and didn't notice. Either way, I feel alone in this. And somewhere deep inside, I'm afraid I was wrong about you. I don't say that with anger. I say it with grief. Because I want to believe you're real. I want to believe you care. But I don't know anymore. God, if this is what faith is, why does it feel like abandonment? Why does it feel like betrayal? Why does everyone else seem to hear you while I sit in the dark repeating your name like a password that no longer works? I've obeyed, I've waited, I've fasted, I've cried, I've whispered your name on my bathroom floor. Still, nothing. So what now? Do I keep pretending? Do I fake the worship, the prayers, the smile at church? Or do I just tell the truth? That I'm scared you're not who I thought you were. That maybe you're silent not because you're testing me, but because you're gone. But even as I say that, even as I question everything, some small flicker inside me still says your name. Not because I'm sure, but because I don't know where else to go.
You were home. You were my anchor. And now I'm drifting, and I hate myself for it. Because I want to be strong. I want to be faithful. But what do I do when faith feels like fiction? When the promises feel like poetry, but not reality? God, if I'm wrong, if you're still who you've always been, then show me. Not with lightning, not with loud words, but with something I can hold on to. A moment, a whisper, a stillness that doesn't feel empty. Anything. I'm not asking for magic, I'm asking for mercy. Lord, remind me that faith was never meant to be a feeling, because if it is, I failed. If it is, I've lost you. But maybe faith is holding on when the hands are tired. Maybe it's showing up in the doubt. Maybe it's saying amen with a trembling voice. If so, then this is my amen. Small, shaky, almost silent, but real. Don't let me go, God. Even if I scream, even if I walk away, even if I throw the Bible across the room and curse the sky, hold me anyway. Love me anyway. Find me anyway. Because under all this doubt, all this confusion, all this pain, there's still a little child inside me, reaching out in the dark, hoping you'll take my hand. And if you do, please don't let go. Not when I doubt, not when I run, not when I feel nothing, not even when I say things I don't mean. Stay with me, Lord, through every fake smile, through every numb prayer, through every angry thought, through every tearless cry, because even if my faith feels like a lie, your love doesn't. I don't need a loud miracle, just one quiet truth, that you're still here, still listening, still loving, even this version of me. And if you are, then maybe my faith is not a lie after all. Maybe it's just wounded, tired, exhausted, but still alive. And maybe that's enough.
The loneliness of belief. God, I didn't think it would feel this lonely. This belief, this walk, this silence. Everyone else still seems to shine. They lift their hands in worship. They talk about miracles. They quote verses like their hearts are on fire. And I stand beside them, quiet, still, empty, smiling when I'm supposed to smile, nodding when someone says, "Isn't God good?" And all I can think is, where is that goodness now? I used to be one of them. I used to be the loud believer, the first to pray, the one with eyes full of tears and a heart full of praise. Now I'm just surviving. And no one knows. No one asks. No one sees that while everyone else is soaring, I'm sinking quietly. It's not that I've stopped believing. It's that belief has become a private ache, a quiet burden, something I carry like a secret, because saying it out loud would make people uncomfortable, because faith, to them, is joy, and I am anything but joyful. God, why do I feel so far away, even in a room full of believers? Why does their fire burn louder than my hope? Why does their joy feel like proof that I'm the one who's broken? They speak of answered prayers, of doors opening, of peace that surpasses understanding. And I wonder if they'd still say those things if they had to sit inside my silence for just one day. Would they still dance if they had to kneel in this stillness? Would they still lift their hands if they felt as numb as I do? I'm not jealous of them, Lord. I'm not angry. I'm just lonely. Lonely in my belief. Lonely in my questions. Lonely in my silent prayers that no one hears. I wish someone would look at me and say, "It's okay not to feel okay." I wish someone would whisper, "I've been there too." Because I think the hardest part of this season is feeling like I'm the only one walking through it. But I know I'm not. There are others, silent believers, wounded saints, praying through the numbness, singing through the silence, worshiping through the ache. So God, if I'm not the only one, then help us find each other. Help us recognize one another in the quiet. Help us be honest. Help us admit that faith isn't always fire. Sometimes it's just a flicker that refuses to go out. And if there's no one, if I must walk this stretch alone, then walk it with me. Sit with me in the pew while I stare blankly. Stand beside me when my lips move, but my heart doesn't. Be my amen when I can't finish the sentence. I don't need you to fix the loneliness. I just need you to stay inside it with me, to be my companion in the dark, to remind me that even when I feel alone, I'm not abandoned. Because loneliness in faith feels like the cruelest contradiction. To believe in Emmanuel, God with us, and still feel like you've left the room. But maybe you never did. Maybe you've just been quiet, waiting, holding me gently while I sit in silence, too afraid to speak. So here I am, Lord, the quiet one in the back row, the tired one who smiles but doesn't sing, the soul that feels invisible in a crowd of lifted hands. Let this be my offering, not the shout of praise, but the whisper of endurance. I haven't left. I'm still here, still whispering, still hoping you're near.
And maybe that's belief too. Not loud, not certain, not radiant, but present. Maybe the loneliest faith is still a faith you honor. Maybe the quietest prayers are the ones you hold closest. And maybe, even in this ache, I'm not alone after all, because you're here, still. Even in the silence, even in the loneliness, you're still here.
I miss the way it used to be. God, I used to feel so close to you, so certain, so full. There were moments, holy, small, glowing moments, when I could close my eyes and know you were near. I didn't need to ask. I didn't need proof. I just knew. I miss that. I miss you. Or maybe I miss the version of me who felt you. Back then, faith felt effortless. I'd wake up singing worship songs. I'd see you in the trees, in the laughter of strangers, in quiet cups of coffee at dawn. I'd open my Bible and it would speak. Every page felt alive. Every word felt written for me. And now, I stare at the same verses and they fall flat. Not because they've changed, but because I have. I don't know when it happened. I didn't wake up one morning and decide to go numb. It was slower than that, like watching color fade from an old photograph. One hard day, one unanswered prayer, one silence too many, and suddenly, I wasn't sure anymore. Not of you, but of me. Of my ability to feel, to believe, to trust. I missed the fire, the joy, the weightlessness of walking with you like a child who doesn't worry where the road leads. Now I walk with caution, with calculation, with the ache of someone who's been burned by hope that came and went like a passing train. I miss believing that you were always speaking, that I just needed to quiet myself enough to hear. But now, even the quiet is empty. Do you miss me too, God? Not the me that's faithful and strong and certain, but this me, the quiet, dulled down version, the one who remembers what it used to be like, but can't seem to get back there. Is that who you miss? Do you still long for me when I don't long for you the way I used to? Because I want to want you again. I want to feel again. I want to cry again. I want to be moved again. I want to believe like I did before life got heavy. Maybe that's the truest prayer I can offer you now. Not a declaration, not a shout of praise, but a whisper. I miss you. I miss how you made my heart feel soft, how you made my world feel safe, how you made my fears feel small and my future feel possible. And now it all feels far away, like a memory I can't touch, like something that happened in another life. But it was real, wasn't it? God, if it was real, if it was you, then bring me back. Not with force, not with shame, but gently, like you did the first time. Lead me back to wonder, to that quiet awe, to that breathless moment where I knew you were there, and that was enough. I don't need the goosebumps. I don't need the signs. I just need to feel like I can reach you again, even if it's just 1 inch closer than yesterday. I won't chase the past. I won't demand you recreate what we had. I know you're doing something new. But God,
Can what's new still feel like love? Can it still feel like home? Because I'm tired of remembering. I want to begin again, not by pretending nothing has changed, but by believing you still want me anyway. Even here, even now, even numb. So here I am, remembering, not with resentment, but with reverence. Those were holy days, but maybe this day can be holy too. Not because it feels good, but because I dared to show up again, to whisper again, to open my heart, if only a little, again. I miss the way it used to be, but maybe what comes next can still be beautiful.
When I'm tired of hoping. God, can I be honest tonight? I'm tired of hoping. Not because I hate hope, but because hope has exhausted me. It's worn me thin. It's left me sore in places I didn't even know could ache. I have hoped and waited, hoped and prayed, hoped and cried. And every time I built myself up with hope, reality knocked me back down. So now, when I hear the word hope, I flinch. Not because I don't want it, but because I'm afraid to want it again. You know how many times I've whispered, "This is the one prayer you'd answer, the one breakthrough that would come, the one moment when you'd finally show up in the way I needed." But it never came. Then after a while, I stopped counting. Because what's the point of counting unanswered prayers? I'm not angry. I'm just numb. Too tired to be angry. Too tired to even ask again. Because asking requires energy. Believing requires effort. And I'm running on empty. So I stopped asking. I just started surviving. I don't pray with expectation anymore. I pray because it's the only thing I still know how to do. And sometimes, even that feels forced. Because somewhere deep inside, I'm scared that hope will disappoint me again. That I'll lift my eyes one more time and find nothing. And that pain, that drop from maybe to no, hurts more than silence ever could. So what do I do with this tired heart, God? Do I force myself to hope again? Do I fake it till I feel it? Or do I just sit here in the dark and tell you the truth? That I'm done hoping. At least for now. At least until something shifts. Because hope that's not rooted in strength becomes cruelty. And I don't have strength right now. I have breath. I have tears. I have the tiniest flicker of faith. But not hope. Not today. And maybe that's okay. Maybe you're not offended by that. Maybe you don't need me to be the strong one all the time. Maybe you're okay with me resting, with me pausing, with me saying, I don't know what to believe right now, but I'm still here. Because showing up, even when I don't expect anything, is still faith, right? Even if my heart's not leaping, even if my spirit isn't dancing, even if I feel like a hollow echo of the believer I used to be, God, if you're near, don't ask me to hope today. Just hold me. Just let me sit in the stillness, without pressure, without guilt, without the need to rise up in perfect faith. Let this quiet moment be enough. Let this honesty be sacred. Let this weariness be seen not as failure, but as offering. Because if you can take tired hands, tired prayers, tired hearts, then maybe you'll take mine too. I won't pretend tonight. I won't declare things I don't feel. I won't quote verses like a weapon to fight off my own emptiness. I'll just breathe and whisper, God, I'm tired. Please don't leave me here.
I don't need you to fix it. I don't even need you to change it. I just need you to know, to understand, to see me. Because being seen, really seen, in my weakness, might be the only hope I can hold right now. And if that counts for something, if that little whisper still reaches you, then maybe, just maybe, hope isn't gone. Maybe it's just sleeping. Maybe it's just healing. Maybe it's just waiting for me on the other side of this night. But until then, just sit with me. Don't ask me to dream. Don't ask me to believe. Just be here. Because even when I'm tired of hoping, I still want you. And maybe that's enough.
A prayer without feeling. God, I'm still here. I'm still praying, but I don't feel a thing. No warmth, no shiver, no sense of presence. Just words, falling into the air, falling and disappearing. And yet, somehow I still keep showing up. I still whisper. I still close my eyes. I still try to talk to you, even if it feels like I'm speaking into a void. I used to chase moments when I'd feel you close, when worship would bring goosebumps, when tears would fall without warning, when my heart would burn at the sound of your name. But now it's quiet. Not peaceful quiet, but the kind of silence that makes you wonder if anyone's still on the other end of the line. Still, I pray, not because I feel something, but because maybe this is what faith really is. Is this enough for you, God? This hollow-sounding prayer? This tired voice? This lack of emotion? Because I don't want to fake it. I don't want to force a feeling just to convince myself that you're here. I want to know you're here even when I feel nothing, even when my spirit feels cold, even when my heart is flat, even when my hands don't raise and my knees won't bend, even when my only offering is my breath. I've learned that emotion isn't always evidence, that goosebumps aren't the measure of your presence, that sometimes the realest prayers are the quietest ones, the driest ones, the ones whispered out of sheer habit, not spiritual high. And if I'm honest, that gives me hope, because if you only came close when I felt you, you wouldn't be near today. But maybe you are. Maybe you're closer now than ever, because you're drawn to the honest heart, even the numb one. So here's my honest heart, unmoved, unimpressed, but still open. Here's my prayer, not dipped in passion, but steady, persistent, not dramatic, but faithful. Because you are worthy of prayers, even when I don't feel spiritual, even when I don't feel grateful, even when I don't feel anything at all. Teach me to walk by truth, not by feeling. Remind me that love without emotion is still love when it's chosen. That loyalty without fireworks is still beautiful. That presence without words is still presence. So if I sit here in silence, if I say nothing profound, if I mumble the same words over and over just to stay connected to you, let that be enough. I don't need to perform. I don't need to be poetic. I don't need to feel a rush of joy. I just need to know that you're okay with this version of prayer, this quiet kind, this low, steady, unimpressive rhythm of me saying, I'm here. Because showing up is prayer. Because whispering when I'd rather be asleep is faith? Because staying at the table, even without appetite, means something to you. So I'll stay. I'll whisper. I'll show up tomorrow. And the day after that. And the day after that. Not to earn your love, not to impress you, but because deep down, I still believe that this matters. Even if I don't feel it, even if no one sees it, even if I never get the spark back, this still matters. God, I trust you enough to keep praying without feeling. I trust you enough to believe that you meet me here, not in the fire, but in the embers. Not in the overflow, but in the drought. And maybe, just maybe, that's when love is the most real. When it chooses to stay without the thrill. So I stay.
When healing takes too long. God, I know you're the healer. I've heard it all my life. Jehovah Rapha, the one who binds wounds, restores hearts, makes all things new. But if I'm being honest, this wound still feels open, still raw, still tender, even after all this time. And I've prayed. Oh God, I've prayed. I've laid this pain before you more times than I can count. I've wept, I've fasted, I've begged. I've whispered into my pillow at midnight and shouted into the sky at dusk. Still, the healing hasn't come. At least, not in the way I hoped. I thought healing would feel like release, like a moment where the pain lifts and peace rushes in like a river. But mine has felt more like survival, like just getting through the day without falling apart again. I wanted the kind of miracle they talk about in testimonies. Instant, complete, beautiful. Instead, I got this. A slow, silent ache that lingers in the background of everything I do. I'm not ungrateful. I don't understand. God, why is healing taking so long? Is it me? Did I do something wrong? Is there something I haven't confessed? Something I haven't let go? Or is this just how it works sometimes? Is healing not always a moment, but a journey? Is it possible you're still healing me even though it hurts? If you are, then help me stay patient, because waiting this long has worn down my hope, and I'm tired. Tired of pretending I'm okay. Tired of telling others I'm still believing. Tired of waking up to the same ache I begged you to take away. I don't need fireworks. I don't need signs and wonders. I just need to know that you haven't forgotten this part of me. This broken part. This hurting part. This part I've tried so hard to hide because it makes me feel less faithful. But it's real, and it's mine, and I need you to meet me here. God, if the healing is still coming, then give me the strength to wait, to breathe through the pain without bitterness, to walk through the ache without giving up, to trust you, even when I can't trace you. Remind me that slow healing is still healing. That just because it doesn't happen overnight doesn't mean it's not happening at all. Maybe you're doing something deeper, something beneath the surface, something I won't understand until later. But in the meantime, stay close. Don't leave me in the waiting. Don't go silent just because I'm still limping. Let me know you're still near, even if you haven't taken the pain yet. And if you never take it, at least let me find you inside it. Let me know I'm not carrying it alone. Let me feel you sitting beside me, not fixing me, just holding me. Because sometimes what hurts more than the wound is feeling like I'm healing alone. I won't stop praying, Lord. Even if my prayers grow quiet, even if I run out of words, even if I say the same thing every day. Because deep down, I still believe you can heal me. You still love me. You still see me. Even if I can't see the finish line, you do. And maybe healing isn't the moment when it stops hurting. Maybe it's the moment I stop hiding the hurt. And if that's true, then this prayer, this honesty, this surrender is part of the healing too. So I give it to you again. The ache, the longing, the waiting. Do with it what you will. Even if it takes longer than I hoped, even if it never looks like I imagined. Just don't leave me. Just don't let this pain be wasted. And even if the wound remains, let love grow around it. Let grace hold it. Let you be found in the middle of it.
If you're still there, God, if you're still there, can you hear me? Because I'm not even sure anymore. Not sure if you're listening. Not sure if I'm reaching. Not sure if this prayer is faith or just desperation dressed in hope. But here I am, again, whispering, waiting. Not because I'm strong, not because I'm holy, but because I don't know what else to do with this ache that won't go away. If you're still there, then maybe you know how tired I am. How tired I am of trying to prove that I believe. How tired I am of pretending I don't have questions. How tired I am of hoping when nothing changes. They say you never leave. They say you're close to the brokenhearted. But God, I feel abandoned. I feel like I've been knocking on a door that was locked from the start. I don't want to accuse you. I don't want to blame you. I want to find you again. If you're still there. Are you still the God who sees? Because I feel invisible. Are you still the God who speaks? Because I've only heard silence. Are you still the God who stays? Because I'm afraid I've wandered too far to be found again. But something in me, some thread too deep to break, still whispers your name. Maybe not loudly, maybe not confidently, but sincerely, broken, bare, real. God, I don't need a miracle. I don't need you to prove yourself. I don't need you to come with thunder or fire. Just something, a breath, a stillness that feels like comfort, a memory that stirs a little warmth, a sign that I'm not alone in this fog. Because the silence is starting to convince me that I've lost you, or worse, that I was never truly close. But what if I haven't lost you? What if you're closer now than you've ever been, and I just can't feel it? What if this numbness isn't absence, but shelter? What if you're not punishing me with silence, but holding me so gently? I can't even tell. What if faith isn't about what I feel, but who I choose to reach for in the dark? So I reach again, with shaky hands, with a tired voice, with a soul that isn't sure what to expect.
I reach not because I feel brave, but because I have nowhere else to go. Because even if you're quiet, even if you're still, even if you're hidden, you're still better than the emptiness. God, if you're still there, then stay a little longer. Even if I don't speak, even if I stop singing, even if I forget how to pray the right way, just be near. Just sit with me the way a friend does, who knows there's nothing to say, only something to share. Let your silence be presence. Let your stillness be comfort. Let my questions rest in your hands without needing to be solved. And if I've wandered too far, then come find me, please, like the lost sheep, like the coin in the corner, like the sun with nothing left. Come find me. I won't ask you to fix everything, just to walk with me again, even if we don't speak, even if we just walk in quiet, because if you're still there, if you haven't given up on me, then I'll try not to give up on you either. This is my prayer tonight, Lord. It's not polished. It's not bold. It's barely held together. But it's honest. And it's all I have. If you're still there, I'll be here too. Waiting. Listening. Hoping. Even just a little. Even just enough to whisper again tomorrow.
The prayer of letting go. God, I don't have the strength to hold it all anymore. The questions, the pain, the memories, the pressure to believe, the fear of not believing enough. So tonight, I let go. Not in anger, not in defeat, but in surrender. Because I finally realized I was never meant to carry all this alone. I let go of the need to feel something every time I pray, of chasing moments, chasing signs, chasing a rush. I used to think that if I wasn't overwhelmed by emotion, it meant you weren't there. But maybe you're most present in the quietest parts of me. So I let go of the pressure to perform, to sound holy, to be strong, to get better just because time has passed. Healing doesn't have a deadline. Faith doesn't have a script. I let go of trying to fix myself. I've tried to be okay. I've tried to pretend I'm fine. I've tried to be strong for everyone else, even for you. But you never asked for that. You never asked me to be perfect. You only asked me to be honest. So here I am, unfixed, unfinished, undone, but open. I let go of needing all the answers. I've chased explanations for too long. Why this happened. Why you were silent. Why I feel so far away. And maybe I'll never get the full picture. Maybe healing doesn't come with closure. Maybe peace doesn't come with clarity. Maybe all I get is you. And maybe that's enough. I let go of old expectations, of who I thought I would be by now, of what I thought faith would look like, of the idea that loving you always feels good, always feels strong, always makes sense. It doesn't. Sometimes it just feels like breathing in the dark. But even that breath can be holy. So I let go of the version of me that demanded certainty. And I hold the version of me that's learning how to just be with you. I let go of comparing my journey to the ones who still glow when they speak of you, to the ones who raise their hands while I fold mine in doubt, to the ones who still weep in worship while I stand numb in the same room. You love me too. Not less, not later, not only when I get it together. You love me here, now, exactly as I am. God, I let go of needing to understand your silence. Sometimes you don't speak, and it's not punishment. It's not rejection, it's just silence. But even in the silence, I choose to stay. Not because I feel strong, but because I've run out of other places to go. And even when you feel distant, you're still the closest thing to home I've ever known. So I open my hands. I breathe out the pressure, the fear, the ache of trying so hard, and I whisper, without force, without fear, without feeling, I'm still yours. That's all I have to offer. No big declarations, no powerful words, just that. I am still yours. Even when I feel broken, even when I feel lost, even when I've stopped trying to fix it all, I'm still yours. If I never get clarity, if I never go back to the way it used to be, if the numbness stays longer than I expected, I'll still be here, letting go, but not walking away, letting go of needing answers, but not letting go of you. I trust you enough to stop holding so tightly, to stop trying to control what healing should look like, to stop demanding that faith always feels like fire. Because maybe real faith looks more like letting go and choosing to stay. So God, if all I do tonight is release everything I've been holding, let that be enough. Let that be my worship. Let that be my offering. Let that be prayer. Letting go, falling softly, landing in your arms, and staying there.
Just stay with me. God, I don't have fancy words tonight. I don't have a plan. I don't have strength or fire or the kind of faith that turns storms into silence. I just have this, a quiet heart and a whispered prayer. Please, stay with me. That's all I ask. Not answers, not miracles, not the return of all I've lost. Just you. I've tried to figure everything out, tried to force myself back into joy, tried to fix what's broken in me with effort, with prayer, with silence, with songs. But maybe I don't need to be fixed tonight. Maybe I just need to be held. I don't need a way out. I need a place to rest. I don't need to understand the pain. I need to know I'm not alone in it. And if you're really here, if you've been beside me this whole time, then please, just don't go. Stay when I go quiet. Stay when I stop singing. Stay when my Bible stays closed for too many days. Stay when my prayers feel hollow and my hope fades into a whisper. Stay when I don't say the right things. Stay when I don't feel anything at all. Because even in my silence, I still long for you. And that longing, no matter how small, is still real. God, I don't need to be strong for you to stay. I don't need to smile. I don't need to prove anything. I don't need to get better for you to love me. If you're really who I've always believed you are, then you stay for love, not for performance, not for perfection. So I rest in that now, not because I feel it, but because I choose to believe it, even when I'm too tired to believe out loud. Stay with me when the lights go out, when the world gets quiet, when I lie awake at night wishing I could feel something, anything again. Stay with me when I question everything. Stay when I don't even know how to ask for you. Stay when I forget the sound of your voice and all I can remember is silence. Just stay. Don't leave me here in this hollow place, not because I deserve you, but because I still want you. Even now, especially now. God, I'm not asking for much, just that you sit beside me, that you don't walk away just because I'm struggling to hold on. Be the steady hand when mine are too weak. Be the quiet breath when mine are shaky. Be the heart that keeps beating when mine feels numb. I don't need you to speak. Just stay. And maybe, in time, your presence will heal what words never could. If I wake tomorrow still feeling empty, then stay with me anyway. If the numbness lingers for days, for weeks, for months, then stay anyway. And if one day the tears return, the fire returns, the voice returns, let it be because you never left. Let it be because you stayed. God, if this is what healing looks like, slow, quiet, unseen, then I will wait in it. But please, don't make me wait alone. Let me feel you in the space between words. Let me know you're near in the quiet after Amen. Let me rest not in what I understand, but in who you are. I don't need signs tonight. I don't need mountains to move. I don't need to be full of faith. I just need this one thing, that you'll stay. In the silence, in the numbness, in the doubt, in the dark. Stay with me, even here, especially here, because I don't know what comes next, but I know I don't want to face it without you.